I have this question. I don't know when I started to ask this, but this has been going on for many years. The question is, why do we do what we do? It can also mean, why do I do what I do? I think I may have found why I asked that question. Because I'm curious to know what I do and why. And if I know that, I can live my life better. And I ask about this question to other people, because by knowing other people how they do what they do and why, I may learn the lesson. Each person's case is like an individual case study of what they do. And if I can synthesize, put those ideas together, then I may know why I do what I do. But then I thought it's related to the nature's way. Why nature does what the nature does. And part of that is why I do what I do, or how or what you do. So the whole essence of this question may come from the idea like know thyself, know yourself, which lead to know the way of the universe, know way of the nature. But it's maybe too much, many may think, but that's curiosity. I was posting in the other video about do what we really like to do. So if we know what we really like to do, connected to the root of who we are, that may also respond to the question of who are you? Why do you do what you do or don't do? I don't know if it makes sense or not, but I thought I should try to capture the meaning of that. And then I asked the question why I made this video about do what you really like to do. And I found the answer. In this case, among other things, there was one incident that happened, and this is about meeting a Japanese lady, 28 years old, and in the same cabin of the backpackers inn. We were quiet, we didn't talk much, but I found the moment to chat and found quite interesting thing. I tried to capture the essence of this story that I heard. From her early age, she was curious about many things. I don't remember what the example was. She was looking at her parents doing something, but that was work, but that was also connected to having fun. So her father did what he liked to do and made living out of it. So that may have contributed. That came out of our conversation. I asked again lots of questions to understand why she does what she does. What I found amazing is that she really did what she liked to do, which is to bake bread. And she made a living out of it. Certainly she was curious about it. Why that curiosity came about, I don't know, I don't recall. Maybe she mentioned that to me. And yeah, that's the answer I got, that her father had such a trait, so that may have influenced her. And it turned out to be the bread making. So the event happened like this sequence. I think she worked at the other thing that she felt was that she didn't want to stay in Japan. And the flight trying to eat my breakfast. So she went to Illinois. Well, she didn't like the way the Japanese behave typically. And I had similar sense that I wanted to get out of Japan to know the world. In her case too, she went to Ohio to go to school at a certain age, maybe I'm guessing 20 years old or something. And I think she didn't stay long, but maybe 2-3 years, and came back because of the COVID or some such thing. She wanted to get out of Japan, learn English, went to Ohio, had some experience, came back, and I think she worked at the Costco doing the register, checkout part of it, and then moved into creating or making some food, and maybe that was when she started to work on the bread. And she found it interesting. So the interest grew and grew and grew to the point that she studied a lot and tried on her own. And then she liked it. So what she did is, bottom line, after working with different bakeries and get to know people, and the people had helped her, and she was good to connect to or relate to the people, to share ideas she has, but also to acquire the skill that she can get. So, for example, a person told her, why don't you start your bakery business? And she thought about it and then started to get more information from him about how the supplier, how the logistics, all these things may take place. And she certainly made bread and tried this and that over and over. So those things happen, and then what happened is, I may be skipping a little bit, but she started to do a business of selling her bread in internet, which I thought was kind of crazy, but that's what she did, and she didn't spend much money. She had the oven, she processed all the food process, whatever to make bread. And since she was so interested, she basically succeeded. And she didn't hire anyone because she wanted to do purely to make bread and try it and share it. So even posting on the Instagram or whatever, she didn't pay any money, she just created. When she baked bread, she did everything, not hiring anyone, and even putting the bread into the bag or whatever, and then have it delivered, she did the whole thing. And at times, she had to be awake, but only sleeping 3 hours or so because of the process of the bread making. I don't know how to call it, that the yield create the bread, and the process is very delicate. So she sleeps only 3 hours or so for 3 days every day, and for 2 or 3 days to create the sauce. So it became a great success. And she doesn't want to make the business to have someone to be involved. She just enjoyed the process and making different kind of bread. And these days starting to do the carrot cake. And there are more stories about it. It's fascinating. I don't know if I can think of any other story related to this. Well, I'll tell you this. she doesn't want to make business out of it. She's happy she's making maybe $100,000 or something like that. I don't know if that was a net or the revenue, because I didn't ask, but it was good enough. But what she found is that she only works as needed, and she does everything on her own and create whatever. She showed me all the pictures of bread, all sorts of bread, and sell it. And she go out of Japan to visit different countries and meet people, because she wanted to explore beyond the base in Japan. And that's what she does. I asked if she wants to make more money or extend by hiring people. She doesn't want to do that. She has other idea, maybe getting married with foreigners. For some reason she likes to find, and she's got a German friend that she is thinking that is a possibility. So this is a case of living life, pursuing what you really like, and applied in business idea, developing the skills, asking questions. And she never studied anything to do with business, but had a good contact and good relationship to many people. They guided her. She had a street smart and living life. Now visiting Hawaii, but she was into different countries. And what she wants to do is continue this, make some money, only when it's needed, and have family and live somewhere, but may still continue this business. If there's a will, there's a way, and the will is related to your what you really like to do, you find a way. Let me talk about my case. What I like to do is to keep doing this YouTube thing, because that helps me to know who I am, what I do and why, and what I enjoy, and how I go through the difficulties, and sharing those stories may help others. And because I've done 3 books and that was enough, and this process is much more straight and connecting to the people, not the top management of the company as I used to do, but from the ground up, hopefully to inspire someone somewhere in the world and find a path that they may enjoy, that's something that they really like, and help the society with the idea like may all beings be happy. The second book, I put these words at the beginning of the book. This book is dedicated to those who light up the corners of the world. That's what I really like to do. I got the influence with others to be inspired to do something, and if I can do something similar to inspire others, have fun, do what they really like, and help the society, I think that's a very interesting process, hopefully like a ground up, not just a top down and someone to dictate, but rather for everyone to have ownership of what they really like to do and pursue their life going over difficulties. Now I'm gonna eat my breakfast. Have a good day.